Michelle, I just don't think that we can count on anyone anymore. We thought that Ruth Lockhart was going to say she didn't see you that night outside Ben's room, and she lied. All of our friends, all of our family have been used against us.
This trial is only half over.
We have to go while we have the chance. You are free now. We have to leave while you have the opportunity.
That easy.
I don't understand you. We were going to do this before. Remember? Last summer, we were going to leave my family, leave the business. You were ready to do it then. What is the problem?
That was legal.
We should have done it then. If we had done it then, we wouldn't be in this mess now.
Do you understand that everything is here? My life is here. My family, my friends.
What about us? We would have each other.
I want more than anything to spend the rest of my life with you. But this is huge. This is huge. I don't know if I'm ready to take a step like this.
Think about it. If you just think about it for a minute. We can go wherever we want to go. We can travel all over the world. We can be whoever we want to be.
How?
I arranged for some fake passports to be drawn up a couple months ago, just in case. Somebody's bringing them to us right now.
Now? You want to leave tonight?
Honey, I understand that leaving your family behind is a huge sacrifice, but not when we're talking about your life. We're talking about our life together. Our future. I'm not going to let anyone take that away from us.
I don't know. This is...
Wait, this is him. Yeah. I love you. And I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Come with me now.
Once you leave here, you can never come back or call anyone ever again.
Yeah, we understand that. Can you give us a couple minutes? We'll be right there. Ready?
Brooke and Jake Solomon.
Yeah, it's not enough.
New life, new past, new name. It's pretty intense. I mean, Michelle and Danny gone. Just like that.
You can do this, honey. We can do this.
I can't.
Michelle, we're talking about your freedom. Don't you understand that?
It wouldn't be freedom, though. We'd be looking over our shoulder every 2 seconds. We'd never have any peace.
We would have each other. Isn't that enough?
Okay, well, how would we make this work with our kids? How are we going to do this? But, when we have kids, they can't stay in school for more than 3 months.
We'll figure it out. We will find a way. It's worth it to keep you alive, to keep you out of prison for the rest of your life.
I don't know. I mean, a life on the run seems like a totally different kind of prison, but still not freedom, and you'd be stuck there, too.
I don't care about that.
I do. I won't do that to you and to our family. And you know what? If I run off, it's just as good as me admitting that I'm a murderer, and I won't do that.
Do you think that really matters in that courtroom, in this system?
I have to believe that it does.
What do you want us to do? You want us to sit back, cross our fingers, and hope that the system is going to take care of us?
No. I want us to fight.
Coming to you live from the downtown courthouse for a special evening session of the Michelle Santos murder trial. Mrs. Santos, any reaction to your brother's testimony yesterday?
Leave us alone, please. Honey, I am so sorry. I have messed things up terribly for you.
It's okay. You know what? You're a good brother, and I love you. Things are going to turn out, okay? Things are going to turn out all right.
She's right. All we need to do is focus on what's happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's our turn, right? Yes. Ross is going to start defense, and...
You'll give the media plenty to talk about.
Are you absolutely sure about this?
No question at all.
Thank you.
Michelle, I just want you to know that I didn't want to testify about all that ugly mess with Nick. I know it hurt the case, and I'm very sorry, but you saw what happened up on that stand. The DA was pushing me to...
Pushing you like the way they pushed Rick?
What was I supposed to do? Lie under oath?
Somebody in this town set me up for murder, so I can't really exclude anyone from my suspect list, including you, especially you.
I hope the day comes when you realize how hard this has been for me to watch you go through this, you and Danny.
Yeah, I hope that day comes too.
I just want you to have the life you deserve, Michelle. That's all I ever wanted.
Hard to believe that's the same Carmen, right? Yeah. I thought she was gonna, well, let's just say she forgave me, Mick, because of my dad. And I actually believe her. Really? Yeah. I don't know. Something in me tells me that she'd still like to lock me up and throw away the key. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? Tonight, the court's going to hear your side, and everything's going to change.
Ross, can I talk to you for a second?
Can everyone come back
Manny, I'm sorry, I don't have any time. Excuse me for a minute. Jesse, I need to know if you're okay with what we talked about earlier. It's not going to be easy, but your testimony is very important.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're going to be discussing your relationship with Michelle, and Drew's going to be in the courtroom. You going to be able to do that?
Yeah, I can do it. For Michelle.
All right, come on, kid. We're up to bat.
You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, let's go get him.
Be seated and state your full name.
Blue. Jesse Blue.
Mr. Blue, would you please tell us where you live?
I live in a loft. Upstairs, Millennium Club. I work there, too.
And where did you meet Michelle?
I met her in Point Lester, outside of a garage where I used to live.
You've lived in the garage?
If it wasn't for Michelle, I'd still be living in that crummy neighborhood. Actually, if it wasn't for Michelle, I'd probably still be in jail.
Objection, Your Honor. Witness is giving a narrative.
Which I believe speaks to character, Your Honor.
Overruled. Just try to get to the point as quickly as possible.
Yes, Your Honor. Now, Jesse, why do you say that you would be in jail if not for Michelle Bauer?
Well, I wasn't exactly a role model citizen.
Could you please explain that?
When I lived in Point Lester, the cops kind of knew me by name. They knew me a little too well. And I was a small-time crook, and I was heading into the big leagues. And that's when I met Michelle. And she was a good girl from a good family. I was actually used to girls running away from me that were like her. But she didn't.
Why didn't she?
She saw something good in me. Something that I didn't even know I had in me.
Objection. What is the point of all this rambling?
The point is I was a 21-year-old kid that didn't know how to read.
Mr. Blue, I'm going to overrule the objection and allow you to continue, but please try and remember that you are here to answer questions, not respond to objections. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, Jesse, you said that you were 21 years old and you couldn't read. How does that relate to Michelle?
Well, there was a judge that was ready to throw the book at me, and she made a deal for me.
Ah, what was the deal?
Deal was either take lessons with Michelle, learn how to read, or go to jail.
And did you accept this deal?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to do anything to stay out of jail. I mean, I never thought anyone could teach me how to read, so I gave her a really hard time, you know, and I pushed her to the limit.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, I wouldn't show up often. I was always joking around. I knew that nobody could ever teach me how to read, you know, but she wouldn't let up on me. Even when I wanted to quit and go back to jail, I volunteered. She wouldn't let me.
So what happened?
I went back to that judge that was going to throw the book at me, and I read to him. I read Shakespeare. Me, Jesse Blue from Point Lester, read Shakespeare. And I couldn't have done it if it wasn't for Michelle. Now, she is the best human being I have ever met. She is a good girl, and she wouldn't give up on me. You know, and there is no possible way that she could have done this. There's just no way. I would stake my life on it.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Ms. Wolfe, would you care to cross?
I certainly would, Your Honor. Mr. Blue, Michelle Santos did a lot for you, didn't she?
Yes. She
So-
changed my life.
So you owe her a lot, don't you?
Yes, you could say that.
In fact, you owe her your testimony, don't you, Mr. Blue?
Objection.
I do not owe her my testimony, and I'm not lying if that's what you're implying.
I wasn't accusing you of lying, Mr. Blue.
But as you said yourself, Michelle made a big difference in your life. So isn't it true that you would do or say almost anything to help her?
Yeah, almost anything.
Wouldn't you do or say almost anything because you're in love with her?
I didn't say that.
Is it true or not?
What does one thing have to do with the other?
Are you in love with the defendant? Answer the question.